mebuna o mama o mo homene so asori a da ne da nyino mo twe adwen esi no ma hodo ekoso o ye mamu no omo na mene omo eba beboja wo so ka dwumadie no ho enti na ye Zoom link no ya na available e wo screen no so obetimi akan obetimi abeka ye Zoom link no anase ye Zoom platform no ho e bre no so se wo so betimi de wo susudie abeta dwumadie na tia e ma kwan no abekasa afeso wo question bi a opese wo busa ya bedwafo no so a ya be ma sa akwanya no na so wetimi abebisa sa question no ebusuafo ameni omuhia eye Raphael Afo Williams were social activist, South youth commander. Raf Akwaba. If you have a call here,
Ghana TV woko.
Zabibi anya boko sa. Ghana ya TV.
Machiavelli Ghana.
And I face Amaru Shako ebusia also a youth activist. Amaru Shako to say. Bibi aboko. I want to Raf Nyadwin say Ghana ya TV. Ye ka boko sa.
Se mo edin emunye edin nyame ma de fachi wa.
Na just say we ye dan nyame. Enye dan nyame na wo krum ayi kumase. Ba wo dan nyame. Nyame adorment bi aboko. Fantastic. Also ka dwumadie no Ivan Kyei innocent obetene nkan nche bia also abekan ho. Also kan komo no ho kai say Zoom link no brabe join here, wo join here ya. Ebre no so say obebusa question na ye ma sa akwanya no na wobisa o question. Ivan boko de
no ma hoden
ho na yesi Machiavelli Ghana na ewo mu yo ojitu na Rafoka
never we are there but yeguso
but you know mami musa munyina question we ye dadwene ho da and also can be ye dadwene ho da say na Ghana ya ye wo mu yi ye beba be de ka na say ka beba be soye to the point say ye campo wo so ye tuane ehunsi ho no ye tu ahye da ye dadwene ho da say bibisa besi wo Ghana ha Raf.
I think say for years, you know, Sana SAC because say you won't pay for a woman anymore. Omunyene say Bibi a yedisika kwa kushem anaye bo man no hobosia de aye no eyade yedisika bebre na emum ebeja ye ka wo yichia maybe ya medu osu hanom sports stadium metio I see in some mobile another park for frost and so establishment of the park.
Okay.
I will hire mode iron sheets. I did the Joan Munia. Now to buy and it seems say I did back any here sempa bako air park because Oshagana Hanuma why ye AstroTurf parks more why ye Nkrumah Museum park and the day. So a nije seminar and no bisa say I did back your achievement for Becca chose December. Nkofofia brochiri ba Ghana beji yeni eni je samuno enya ade a ye invest sika wo ma ye be hu say the returns for the future no huge
but almost say ni je samuno discover in fact about tourism I say akwansra ne ahohoje
tourism sika ye nya December eso chen sika Ghana gas de bra Ghana kache me say sika tourism omo be ni omo fa airport na buy omo fa airport omo buy transportation omo focus na omo de come baby omo de ko in fact one of the things me koye video bi okwa Nkrumah Museum and I met a couple of people and I mean be so more their experiences in Ghana and how they see the facility and omo kase a very fantastic project that has been built for Ghana but there are no other facilities around it. And even if you want to go outside Accra to experience other places, medium of transportation is very difficult. And we are not thinking about how...
It will answer to the question, say, a young one to be a woman.
And because in paying for your war, my no, almost outside the box.
Okay.
And your man. Edem faso de beba o mining
okay
be man kofo abo mining ma be invest in sika ye boni nia no se nye di na ye dia ye de yenwoma ho nse da man faso
and on the question memo akwanya na wa be your presentation enti obi abeje 10 minutes na fe mu amo be kan ho e wo Zoom no so no ye be mo akwanya na mabusa your presenters nyina questions Amaro Shako also the same question a young one said ne Ghana te bia ye wo mu say e kaso ye enso ye kan ye ntimi ntua ye tu e kana wo se ye tua no ahyeda e won wa se o to bia sa
me dey mo pa because Another Danko Kufuado, His Excellency, President of Ghana. And some more kind, say a man kunyana, Jordi Ghana Bay, ni baby a Ghana Druno. Dream one mintiasi. Cause, and some kufu kayan, Ubianim so bit me the Ghana Drusi. Belbromosia, Sikano Modi Yeni Mau Ghana ni, ye moody Sikane yet, there be also your Bobosia, yen femi Juma Magana ni Yabinet. And so they be a Bobosia. All bands one cast actually. Me daddy will be at the BM1. M1 say, and I do best share your boss a man a conya no mra. Nedia conya no man or Bob Bessa Ghana. Assume you be ba will be a benyed Jumai. Now so Uncle Banessa. Bossia ye bunina ye moody a day. Timidity M1 pa. All right.
Ivan, also same question. L1.
The Dika mention what here for. Now, when I say around the world, won't mean single government or like I say on loan. And so would you loan dependent the kind of investment that would they say or might be able progress. I think say you need to invest for the future. So there are returns in Ubenya. So ask yourself the kind of amount of money you borrow over the years. What is the kind of investment you have for the future? At the ordinary person to you see said there is light at the end of the tunnel. So let us sit down and hope. There is absolutely nothing, and that is where the surprise everybody. Because it says, oh, hey, so now at this point in time, you're defaulted. Now, quite the international community and then the kind of integrity Ghana war, no, just had that form, and then Ghana cannot step out there and say, me call for loan. So we have domestically, and I see a Digu Ghana force, not time before several raise fund, and to what end? That is a question. But around that, there is nothing. I buy now, I say, oh, there is hope. Young waiting, Sikana, Yakoji, I said, and a rough Sikano investment, no, whatever. Because your friends say concessionary loans are at least we invest in something, hoping say in the future we will repeat the dividend at the end of the day, never coming on stream. But as we speak, from day one, I can overrata Shasi or Bobosia is Sabia Mukas, quite a fast Bobosan, a dangerous partner, yes, so because you can't go to the bond market in a period of 4 years and raise $4 billion or $11 billion and over. You besides at Deba in our dia. Now, I make catch us offer Kenufurata jazz, now they are bad dinner cheap. Now catch and say, Busiana Wajeno, on shore the wire, and how they are home tia babunakuno. Yes, because there is absolutely nothing sensible with me, their child. Cathedral, your friends other areas in the quiet. There is absolutely nothing, and as we speak, we've gone out there to tell our external credit actually I can't to mint you. And then look at the dollar rate. Yen service here debt in $1 and I do 13.40. Ask yourself the same kind service here again. IMF, I infuse dollars into the economy and don't so ask yourself say IMF deal now and Ghana and the state not saying so the kind of acumen not a more case presented because 2016 people believe in Akufo-Addo because they thought say he was a better alternative and some more kind Bobo Siando do yetisika so a comedy no today the reality adorned on us and you see said there is no hope me amamo betimi call wrong but when you see said there is hope we have invested in the future. Look at the veil of despondency young people.
It's Ivan Kyei innocent na fe Rafne Amari Shako manu ye efa question me di kan busa say e yo mo wa tebia o my Ghana ewom e na wote ye no wa wo hwe sisi e na wutie ye Zoom link no mesra meeting ID no e 825 9817 593 825 9817 7593 and your meeting ID no and a passcode no to say your screen so a 3L MCVU 3L MCVU it wait me abaso at exactly 9:15 mom was one no ya number 2 screen so said we am saying na be hu say ma be kan eye edwabo ya boy ase na enkomo no so ekwan no bedem a ye ma kwanya na mo so ma kire mo adwen na mo questions am wo no so ma hyase ebisa afei presentation awodo no ba be hyase ye be hyase free eye Ivan Kyei innocent ho 10 minutes or be che eye ye topic here ye dia to dwai the Ghana we deserve lost hope path to restoration o my Ghana na esefata ye no eno ma ye chimeto ye ewo kwan mu nia ye betima ye nia ye nsiesie na Ghana afa ne ntema pa efra eno ne asema edapono so a ye di nkomo enano pay wabra ye virtual forum ye be a number of these I mean there'll be a time ye be bodwa ewo ye fie ha ene ne honkro no banti ye be sa no ma we bebre ansana abato ebosome no enyaba eti Ivan Kyei innocent ene de etu fa sabre 10 minutes Ivan
the dika mencha bi na mencha watie for na menka said this is the second time you have this conversation. The first time we were asking ourselves are we really independent as a country, and I think the conclusion I running into based on the kind of analysis clearly actually say you're independent because meka says our person which says we are independent or minor must assert certain economic dominance via elema nipa who say or minor ankasa de no then the people in the country na ankasa so benya certain economic independence via sabi otinchan be hu say amanfo asetenam na nhihye ekoye but as we speak say you and I know say Ghana or minor ankasa ne ho na campese ordinary person abede ne ho and they are very interesting kwa say all the critical infrastructure sabi ema oman no betimi atia gina ade ne ho no ene ne nyina e wo foreigners and some so obekaya recently internet outage a yenya and I reveal it to most of Ghanaians, even the internet connectivity and as for crowd are buying any control over. See, I'm not say look at our banking sector. The banking sector now because major players no more industry are foreign banks, telecommunication industry. All the major players are all foreign banks. So ask yourself, say the BBC Chrome has to see like political instability, and we've seen it in Russia when Russia attacked Ukraine. All some of the major companies from America, Europe, and other way to pull it out of Russia. But I'm saying Russia to build a certain level of way for itself. And pull it out, they didn't suffer much. But today, ask yourself, if there is economic instability, and I say political instability in Ghana, not these companies like MTN, Vodafone, your friend is saying, almost all the players, the foreign banks decided to pull out. Then you ask yourself, what will be the state of this country? A minor year would never quite say. So, Sanyama, when they say as a country, now you people into the future, they be say 67 years after independence. Hey, find a yakwa could do. And at Ubisa, my catcher say, young core baby. So, as people know, we need to do sit down. Politics na yeah, no, as so bam for leadership, then as a fire, yeah, but that is why the last time I was telling people said the whole essence of leadership, it must focus on humanity. The president and the obey biano central team no humanity providing essential services many pardon governance here for me no but ask yourself I never be a and Ghana are we proud of ourselves be a the ordinary and the average Ghanaian free and we are far from being free, especially young people. So we be president of Abidjan stage giving the State of the Nation's address, all important address are highlighting all major areas in the country. And for a period of almost 2 solid hours, and he could not even say anything about youth unemployment. You and I know, sir, youth unemployment, about a crisis, are surging to the fever pitch. And the veil of despondency, youth, so we are mind now, we are very serious. And the first thing you tackle is to ensure, sir, you provide a platform to where young people with leverage, or like I said, be any access to talent anymore, or be our talent. We because but there are other hidden potential in the panum. So a minor builder platform, you'll be able to leverage all this potential, be potentiate the talent in the panum now coming to bear. But is that kind of platform I build there? There is absolutely nothing. And to see a minor person move quiet anymore. I think say, baby, I will see the trade industrialization. Now you're making sure say we are going full year. Production ever cost because I over a mind to say China quite recently. Now I was telling you, China 50 years ago was one of the poorest countries in the world, and now more classify or more with countries like Sudan as a forum. But they sat down and realized, they said, no, we can't go this because China, we have the numbers. So why can't we leverage our numbers for economic progress? They realize, so I'm going to go into phone, no, some more phone now. The number of Chinese who met me out Chinese phone, no, it also change the number of Americans because they are running to billions. So they started, and over here quite recently, no music can depreciate. It was deliberate. Depreciating the Chinese yuan. Somebody we are China near. You will not have the economic desire to go for iPhone. The only option you have is to buy from the local industry. And then today, all the major companies in China are said here booming about spillover. Come to Africa. All the major corporations, most of them are Chinese. That is how you transform economy. And the industrialization drive now for the promise now what failure, I think that is the way the nature. Now say you perceive dibia money dimua. That industrialization never boying. Let us identify raw materials over the years. you put it in the carbon thing, and then on my gold, your diamond, your manganese, your idea. Remember, send young people about number lose or call Europe, when we can put these things to use. There are young people more Saudi Arabia, and they are being sold to modern day slavery. Some are just sex toys, sex machines. For you to all because of this economic desperation. So why can't we do these things here? Provide a certain economic incentive. I bet my young people being access to work. Nobody is asking for iPhone. Nobody is asking for car. People are asking, say, at least you provide job opportunities. Because you can other places are Ghana for koi. But you don't know what bank go. And I do that. Human getting a man for a moon or hasedo. That is what they do, but in the end they make money. So why can't we do the same thing? Now say yes, Sanya said they complemented with this industrial drive now you provided and making sure say near my not rough air can't tell your friends say you're a control as a form. Mind is a Ghana asset now. Railway crowd a major challenge. Now you confirm who the social media see the train be bad as for. Now oko help kwanya and that kwanya say train be faswa. Who say you're serious as a country. So I think that as people you get your priorities right. I think the leadership probably there are a lot of chaps are more getting into mainstream leadership because of this cheap partisan politics. I'm telling you, sir, today any fool can become a president because you have money. Any idiot at all can get to the Flaster House because it's just a matter of just spinning the narrative within the media, getting few people to just support you. And at the end of the day, whether you have intelligence, whether you have it or not, they can push you to become your friend's president. By a leadership, I go beyond and this. It is about person with vision. I bet me I take a peep into the future. I bet me I certain analysis projection. What your people want. Yet yes, what we need presently, we don't even have it. If you go to America today, they are researching into the future. And a man for America shall say Space Force and for your man shall say, hey, look, because they know that the competition in a few years to come, we can provide for ourselves this present, but how can we sit here and talk about the future? So I think you're transferring now you beside a lot of questions. Now near my basic things as I hear a money panel. But my guy nipa does an idea when you shake. There are certain basic essentials as I have access to water. Your friend is saying, economically, you should be able to accept that we are independent. But can we say the same thing here? And obi that's around Adriano obedi cry asem. So we nipa that's now that's sorry. That the basic essentials nipa. You have to rely on other people for it. And then we nipa be because at that point you cannot assert mental independence. That is what I'm telling you. And a lot of people are following political parties because of the obedi. Asamba, people are not able to speak the truth because of the obedi, because Okakano of crowd at the end of the day, he'll be blacklisted. So you are forced to be whipped into line, defending nasty things as be ordinary, you will not defend. All to the detriment of this or minor form. So I think young people, we need to come together. You see, it doesn't matter where you stand across the political divide. The courage to confront evil, whether you support it or not. We must all rise because at the end of the day, political parties are just vehicles we use to capture political power. The ultimate destination is our country, Ghana. The love for Ghana now, I think, are diminished to the lowest level. We need to invoke the passions of nationalism and patriotism. So the love for nation, high. As a Ghana but we've structured the country in such a way, so at this point, people think that Ghana belongs to few greedy people and whatever they want, they can do with it. And yatin as you're saying, bystanders watching from a distance while our country goes down. Your friend say, so I think that sorry, we need to become sentinels, gatekeepers, and make sure the rate at which our Nema as young people we need to shepherd and defend our democracy. And yes, I need a slip to perdition. At the end of the day, but my major focus has to do with employment opportunity for young people. And I think that we a government, that's our own person will lose Maya. That is why you focus, because the very moment young people become desperate and they are not getting job, everybody become a cannon fodder. Do you know how dangerous it is? You are always in a constant warfare with yourself and the immediate environment. Those people are very dangerous. Also, no near Juma or never. They can do anything. So as a minor, we don't get to that level. What triggered that revolution in the Middle East, Yeah, because a young man felt, the economic independence has been taken away. There's absolutely nothing for me. So what can I do? Let me set myself ablaze.
And when he did that, and it triggered a wave of violent revolution in the Middle East. And you know what happened. So I think that we need now to get there. As young people, let us mama and drive you into extreme partisan activism and emotions. Then translate shepherding, protecting democracy. Doesn't matter who becomes president. We should be bold enough because that person will come and go. Wallace be president for 20 years or whatever, and Semuna Kufuor the Obejan Hako, and I know that the mess he's living in his wake, about by a back trust on Menawo your neck. But because of greed, let the binum benyard, we think that is all okay. I think that we need to rise again.
I say, Ivan say innocent and I'll tell you, and the 10 minutes and that's one, no. More share was Zoom, so I said, Mabeka Jumediano, it was Zoom, no, so say, bet me, at the matter screen, so no my wave, and the actual source later, now much my wave watch, and now my say, you know, say, Mabeka home. It's Ivan and what telling can not about a dear cotton one, the presentation was a year quiet, you know, dear here, Ghana pa, and they say, you better dealing with unemployment because unemployment, you know, Abaya the ginger and be a one shot, a bit video of mine. I could say, one in the yard drain, and I said, near Wakano, one in the yard drain, who will be at the son of seven or so. I couldn't know who bet me, Abazum, so nothing, yet to me at Tonka. It's here quiet, you know, your mama Quenya, now the award the sauce, or the sauce, near who will be son announced why they will be Sabre, your call, your presented number 2, Umar Shako, or also our Mashana, Huna, Edinachi, our social media, where youth activists, Ghana, and Nkrumah so far. And no matter what inquire where memono, what I dine a d, I will bear for Tintafidian so at a chemo. Never any over bettering Kawabra, ye bisasa. Very important question. Baby, I free buyer, so my Ghana. Baby, I do no more say, a say 2 years, our quemu, a dear ye bet my year, see. In fact, answer a Jumedia Babana, question Bebusa, your presenters, Nina, Wabra, you didn't come on Banner, and they said, and Penny, and answer candy, ni bang. And ye hear no yes me pese obubody no esunu na me pese obodan na di esunu na me pese obodan na di o kandini ben na Ghana hia sese e betima boama ye da ye so nyina etima bem se Omar Shako fa ko Sabre
da tiefo ni ahwefo ase isi e de wa Omar ye duro no ye nyina ye penie nya se ye sori ne nanenam ne ye kasa obi na aboye pa na ase bibisa nyina pa oman ni ye
Shako mama ya de we enti mo share wo Zoom no so samoti ya ka mu wevu na ye hu se mo wo ho mo nyina mo wo ho mo wevu jre ma hu dignity rights e wo ho na fe so mo amaka ma hu nyina ma mo akwaba okay Shako to aso ye tie
enya se ye sori ne ye kasa na ase bibi se obi na aboye pa because ya nim so oman e wo mu sisi nyina ye oman Ghana nyina ye ena nya se enidaso ni wo enidaso ho nyam panyifo papa na youth ye nyina yesori ani daso oman ayewom ubie wa no abuei Ghana ni a wote wo ma so untimi nkasa Ghana ni a ufie wo ma mu untimi nkasa because wo kasa eni so wo kasa oman youth nya adwuma nye yakwan nye yensuo nye ye bibia se wo ma wi enu ntina ye nyina yasori aye kasa ye nyina se Ghana fo aye se ye me ni yedene na oman ye kugye ye man na adu ye kwoto abama no bedi yeso mampanyi bi ba na obedi yeso na okọ omukọ ayeye ne eto oman wem ye na oman ne ye dia tiesie nyina ne ye den ne ye kasa Ghana ye wanda so so oman we be oman e wo gold timber manganese bauxite bibi bia gold e dey tinye ne nda so se ye se kasa ye ne nda so se oman be ese youth ye nyina ye sori ne ye kasa because sisi emi no kasa yi se youth sori a this will could party BS and son and Anwakona and Sakona. Because you need my woman 18 city as a private sector. 18 city. Oh yeah, Juma a day, 18 city, and I have been a month 7 days. That's I am quay. I say in a sorry near Casa. Yan say ye. Oh my, oh yeah, hospital crowd, unya baby no other. Ya quine yet, you soon yet. You doom light sound mean kasa. Wako police station obi aye wade a woko no. Yes ko kochini panebla. Uniano. Wako police station na obi aye wa yes kochini panebla. Why unim se udi bem. Why na yeso wonsa de wako. O man da se enye independence se de na me bra na ka. Esi nyina ye ke hu bom. Na mpanifo no so mutie ye. Because ye koto abama omo. Omo be dada na ye koto abama omo. na do say o kasa say en kasa ade na o ka politician sama oman na nyeyi oman ni nkoye oman ade bia ye bobosia every blessed day ye bobosia si enke ye di ye bibia bo oman no yetimi fa nya hwe yetimi fa nya hwe yesi one district one factory na nke be initiative papa be boy you tam ye nya adwuma ye no e wo hen ebi wo hen mu disika hwem e wo hen a youth ye sori a ya frɛ niam ase ye kopa adwuma ye hu se du Ghana youth nya adwuma nye na ye ble wo ma wem ye mpanyifo ye so omo dwene na omo kasa ma ye mpanyifo ni nyina ye din asem nofo na edu o ma we so yakodila ya to abama mpanyifo ye se mo dwene ma ye enu ti yakodila ya to abama mo nanso mpanyifo obie wa no kra na ye tiatie ye mpese obekasa sisi Ghana ha me na o kasa yi se wunya accident na ambulance kure twem os me mfawo omaya ye wo ma wunya accident na ambulance twem os me mfawo na wo ko obi ma so a Dubai katakura ha ya no sa na wo Ghana ni free ne ma so na odu obi ma so na akoda ne ohene free ni man Ghana odu obi ma so akoda no ade na ye wo ye mam na mpanifo etete ye oma we ni da so ne ni da so be ya dis mpanifo na omo si enkoto abama omo gine oman no ho enye omo party ho si enkodi line to abama omo e beto abama obewi a obesom party no nso oman no sisi okopa adwuma ye timi busa o party card sisi ebusa o party card as a Ghana ni a okopa adwuma ye busa party card to oman be ni omi ya kwanye ye nsuo nye school nye bibia nye ye fa education enkasa education ye kwa education sisi a yesi ye free SHS o man we free SHS eye kebe bo nipa na so be ko free SHS ba bia akora omunya aduane ni basa ya no kasa free SHS ba afofo na aban ka se obe ode calculator ba omo ko fefa na ese meter ewe ya di hihye bi baba na obi adi sika wom ene yesi e becheche laptop abla JSS for na ye beche laptop ama omo no okọ me constituency Nkrumah contractor akoto punum ade ya abantua neka enso yenye sika de becheche laptop ama free SHS yentimi tua contractors ka na nya sa amofra no na free sa JSS wa ba free SHS o yenya ade be boa ye nyina so man ne ye nyina ye dia TCI youth se wa ni party A na se party B a oman no nka ho enu tina youth ni nyina so ye na obo so we oni we ku party we oni we ku party we ho enye se ota party we ekom no because wa anya ya hye ne bosa me ba me du be wura police me ba me du be wura soldier mu enu tina me ani able no because youth bia so lo ni adwuma o ye wan ko ni na ma na se wan ko pe ba bia anya ansha onya sika ni di ye to di party bi achi se me ba ya me promise me ba me ye usei oman ni nkoye Ghana mpanyifo ni da so ho eyese mu nyina mo kam ho bom because the way o ma we ma say no se man kam ho amoma anya niema ye be kakra youth no ye ne be solid emma ni konti ba di machi because the youth an kam mom ni afa ma ni machi a ma dwi se mu mfio nipa bia mo ba ka sakese ne di machi mo se state resources na o man ni senke mo nwene ye ho o ma ya nyame a tie bibia nkade ne ye hawo o ma ya nyame a tie bibia me say me no kase ya youth asori wo oboase pa ke dawa omo pese omo bobo wo so a eho kwa na John Mensa be bobo waka su bobo ene MP ni DC pese omo di tu galamse youth asori o se video no kwa wan kan bet me ya chrom youth asori say ye ne ya bobo wo so from titi age time ene MP oboase say me di tu galamse because uniano ye MP o DC ko bi ma so asay netie ya fo play ko bi ma so asay netie monwi ya ho kakra bi ko ye na ekoto abama mu ene ye mpanyifo na o wan nsem trefo ne ahemfo so amo so mo sori na mo nka no kure because mo ka say wom na ohini bia no obeka so onya politics na nkam politician bia nwura yimfie emeka se me ba me yesi amawo mo nyina mo ka say wom ti ahemfo no man ko hye akire ye na mo sori bi ko asase no ye mo dia na nsen ya wasa east ni akwati na nahima o tu galamse wo school there so video ni oboase pa ke da ho no This CNMC is what you took and say you to so amount yes or cover boys abegu so buy babo school ho sa ade we e kwaso o ma we mu a e be there you to sorry anya say you to sorry yes sorry ba sorry the police tata you the soldiers tata o man so ye nyina e man yes lemo empanyifo am wo ma we monwi nipa ho because mo ba ya dwuma mo mia bi ma obi anye ya kwan nye yensu onye say you to sorry a wan fa ne tia nwura ba bia ne anya kro no a na ne ekoye galamse dia yam ya say you to no koye galamse no yenim nipa o she galamse na chi o ye koye kwa ko bo you to tu
all right very well sako ye fancy an kai no ye ba sa ba nchan ya hwefo no dodo na o ma ba kan ho zoom so no ye ma akwanya quick one na mumu ba ko no mienu mo nsem bi ka wetima ka de o twato a wode the presentation eba Raphael Afo Williams eche bi abete ne kono so ye youth activists also Ghana Dana Nkrumah super eche bi abete ne ka but answer na no me say mama ko zoom na mo amo no mama mo mpru minimum kakra na ensem ni bia mate ensem ni bia afom asum no ne mo ka fa ho no na wetimi aka it is rule ni ye say ba ko kasa no mamu YouTube sound no said be ya bete oni akro enka dignity rights ultimate nka mama sha say free war dignity rights with you dignity rights yet you
thank you very much
Cause ye sound no said anya dignity rights ultimate come am into okay Henry kasa yet you Henry yet you I don't know answer that my ni aye hwehwe no but etoma ye de betum na fei but me ati omu nyina wa bra omu edi dwumadi na chi where your first virtual forum aye ahead of the 2024 general elections nia otwato a obetere nka Raphael Afo Williams on also on the topic Ghana baby aye free baby aye drew and normal say e de ne betima ye na Ghana na ye nyina ye hwehwe no yensa etimi aka Raphael yetio
better Ghana phone say sometimes when a baby say me baby kasa bi say ana me ran ho kakra but Kwame Nkrumah ma yi ni da so nti Ghana be ye na my presentation me baby and I think say ni no I would center most of it no in no e won say ma Kwame Nkrumah kan and I think say me flag name ba nti say komiko nanka say you flag no but emba ne de uma me fama de go ko yanka ya say bia Kwame Nkrumah kan I think say a topic no and they said we have this Ghana near one is it what we deserve Kwame Nkrumah kan say be on the July 10th 1962 Kwame Nkrumah said we shall be measured our progress by the improvement in our health our people by the number of children in schools and by the quality of their education, by the availability of water and electricity in our towns and villages. On this said day, April 2nd, 1964, I said we cannot afford to be caught off guard. Let us unite in discipline and determined actions to defend our heritage and maintain our independence. We've been caught off guard. Yashre Ghana na yana na mo koma ye no. Yashre Ghana na mpanyifo bi di omo kra to e ka se Ghana we e yo man a yakko from nananom breso ansa na politics e ba beji o man no so e di esi wo. And Kwame Nkrumah e the politics e beji Ghana no. when Janessa when is swadi hubi send me sate kasa na me kase bibi a ye bobosia na se ye wo man we mu bia e dis care ye no e ya de a e se de that papa bre o man no na so hwa asem akwa me Nkrumah kan wa anum ya me ready eno particularly because of the education and the number of youth away school and na ye kase ye Ghana hanum ye mbisa se e mofra papa sen in the school simi na school sababa bempo in the day more ko. The basis of all development starts from the human capital we have as a nation. Until at the end of the day, if you need nipa, omuti or mino, and your ma omuwase, omuwonimdia, omuwo, and your omuwano, jombe to media yehu, na ama infaswaba, so ama omutia sende, and in trimba, then the omino any future. Yembisa yahu. One of the things that Ghana had no na me comfort I can be true. Who are you? Do you know me? Mako school. I have this degree. I have that degree. I have this. For the first time ever, I mean who say school who ban for swaka recently your lithium contract signing and not to give credit to the Nkrumah and the DCCI on America, but to give credit to somebody like Professor Jampu and other people are almost sorry said, no, this lithium contract, it is something that we need to look into. And we all are going to add our voices as well as our knowledge. Because at the end of the day, classroom school. It's not like you people schooled in the skies or any planet. We sat in the same classrooms with you. We learned the same thing you people were being taught. And at the end of the day, you chose politics and we chose whatever we are doing now. It is at the end of the day, say, you people shouldn't make it look as if someone because you are politicians, you hold certain level of intelligence. This lithium contract and other contract that has been signed in the name of Ghana, there are issues with it. And this is the time we need to rise up and say enough is enough. And we can only do this when we have level of intelligence and understanding. Be our mind say, from your basic education and the first papa. Kwame Nkrumah believed in this ideology. Kwame Nkrumah believed that we can only be able to achieve the Ghana and the African if only we are going to build the foundations right. We lost it. Today, we have a president, Obabe president. In fact, Ghana need to just like Peter Tosh or one of the reggae artists, they can say, as far as you're a black man, you're an African. No matter what, by a president, or a British. And another than we believe in education. We are going to make sure that we put a lot in our education structures to give hope to the youth of this country. Me banami the school papa bremo. Free education policy. So be to me kobi. Yesire mu pe na yesewo. Ye baba ben la general mind no be to me ako school. Which kind of basic and secondary education are we giving to the people? And how the Danko Ekufado can never tell me. Say UK akolabi enna ye ka say kita laptop e wo UK the tiduase enusua de. Now the Danko Ekufado can't say STEM or whatever it is. You see, we are so much built with snogalierinos and it's so like sickening that we live in a community that even the educated people, and then Namika say, for the first time ever, school was to do with this lithium contract. Because school for a woman they rise up to challenge government when they are not doing things right. Within their society, so much, when things are not going right, they rise up to speak about it. But let's come to ours. And family home, I am a doctor, I am a lawyer, I am an engineer. Because majority of them in your papa. And all civil engineers and architects for your obit to be sign a contract like I said your maiska. Name your contract no who said no. Gatters in the 21st century. You this kind of gatters a be hard journey in the next 10-20 years to come. They all sit quiet, aloof, and watch things destroy as a nation. And at the end of the day, we are the same people that will sit somewhere and say, oh, say, Ghana, today as we speak, everybody wants to get the opportunity to lead the country, especially the youth. And the saddest part of it, you say, doctors for Johnny, lawyer for Johnny, nurses see Johnny, engineers see Johnny. Everybody wants to get the privilege to run away. I didn't hear because things are not right. The things are Kwame Nkrumah say will be measured with, we veered away from it. One most important thing, security. And it all boils down to the kind of educational structures and investment we are doing in our education. Then, we don't think about the future. Or maybe our resources can see a today, as we speak, wow, me, wow, radio, wow, TV, so internet, social Zoom, we all know. Say enda ye kasi new day slavery koso. It's Kwame Nkrumah say we shouldn't lose guard. Today, as we speak, you can say nurses for mra, teacher for mra, engineers mra, we are doctor brabi. Oh, baso anu manu obusieni yamba. And this is the strategy. When you are being given the main applicant visa, now do you two kwaina? Yes, if our girlfriend be and whatever count when I bra. The country cramp you. No working. Because when your visa no for in a brain, but the system no has been programmed in such a way that we are to be inside with him, but over to me mabi until we came. Now we are bebunu already from 28, 30, 35 going now. You are tempted, say, what do umra oba bebobra, oba ware, oba wo into owa oba no edeni British. They are building in Bebunu. They need the young people to be able to take over. What are we doing? And many will Bebunu and a try a contaqua. Ye MPP, ye NDC. And they cry, you will Mebuno Mutumidab and take us. Oh, yes, say, Modia Mudam Namuya de day, and that third force, now why, and Nuniano, a Bunu and Topahunu, and you try a Honieko. Yen setting up me and beside and say, what is the problem we have as a people? The problem is that we, the citizens, haven't been able to identify what the problem is, to find solutions to the problem. And it's so sad. Say, ya won't call for. Omude asemya mekan earlier on. Do you know me? Do you know who I am? Do you know what school have you attend? What level you're doing? I hold a PhD. I hold a whatever. What have you been able to use your masters and your doctorate and your PhD to be able to affect a change within the society where you live? They call it butterfly effect. Smaller effects, gradually you're building. Now we sway a kakra, and it becomes something bigger, and it affects the society. Let's grow as a Ghana country. Let's be citizens and not spectators. But if we don't know, they understand what it means to become a citizen. Ghanaians, we are not being citizens. Almost say your that, almost say your future, and even that of it is sad. This is the time we need to rise up. Save the scholars. Long live Ghana and God bless our homeland Ghana.
Yes. May I show some wood run a more bombs and baby Amobia, Ralph and Akasan, Ivan Kyei, Innocent, Akasa, Sansona, a year of Marsha Conso, Akasa, Bomb was Zumno in less than 3 minutes. Meeting a banner. It's my mamma China. Quick. Questions be Amobia, what me Ebisa. You have about phone lines, no so. You have a mamma Quanamos Mafre, no much of my dream to Zoom so. Why already out of my house? So Henry, I'm talking Henry Saltman car. Konimo Casaniente. What Kasa yetie o.
Pesa men kasa kufuado de oye Ghana no de enye kra enye hwezu mi so nipa beblebe a omugusu ye nyina ya nkwa adwuma ye wo fie no mu
What's it zoom so Mumudu Dada Muni adwuma ntira mu. Twaso yetie o kwaso.
Ka hwe kufuado ntie eye hwezu mi so oda mo ka no kra me kasa fi adenta eye buktu nie hwezu mi so nipa beblebe a omugusu mu nyina ya nkwa adwuma ye wo fie na kufuado de mi nim se bodyguard no bi ntimi fa to bi mbonu nkunu kra ma kufuado mfi
Dabi asem we de ye twi yan ho film say eye as a media house Mr. Wada but at least wow Mr. Wada we de asem we de ye twi yan ho film and me pese ye bufuo no se de sitie bia na yen hye ye ho so why me mfa kasa no enko ma me hwese metimanya another person and send my ba me panelists no abante no sha atade yellow no ma me nko ne nchen the o sha atade yellow no but your friend say the o sha atade yellow no tin ho no ebusu your friend say
Pambeta bikasa kaka.
yetie o
Papa krom ha ya wo no. Mimi ya kwantuni mikata na miti na maba vacation for months. Me ba 2 weeks ni. Ghana sika yang na naska na she. O se sanska. Me wa kwantu na me wife. Agrobi no. Ba weeks ni ska me chro ska ma sen time. Me akufa. Ika minimi nkofo bi wo kata. Anya dia game pampa me kanu mu ino mu nyina o mu hye ho mu to tantu mi besi obi wo kra wa ka ho mpeso beba ebi ta ku fado ba ebe o meba Ghana be adwuma na u from ka to so mu bla na ku fado wo pa o mu government wo pa o mu bla be adwuma mu mpeso me ni leba 2014 me go back 20 Akwado pa na yeton omutumi nkra nyama aduma ni nyina agu na fa no kana ompese ma ina minim nya ni mi bani
very me da se ne the other abeka the source no me se ma da ade a ye pese ye ne se wabra ye wo zoom no so yana so obi kasa ya mundu mo microphone said be ya ye betima tioni akonenka na nkofa feedback ahodo nso mefra eye ene na ye tie nim no wa eti abante ye o se yellow ya kasa ma hu se abranti we bi dampam a ono no o hwe denden do dampam a o se atade fitaa no abu se ye fra say wa wo dampam na wo East Legon ye fra say empemu na odana na get you okay, let me go to the lady. Madam, your first say hello, madam. Bacho on you too. What do you know? Na yenti o.
This is high time we as youth rise up against all this policy. Say, sure, we are going. Betterment of
okay, all right. But I say, anyone drink me for 2 more. Na fe, yet me at the Zoom there no abana ye. A brand here, Anas. So what to mean can? Nana Samoa, yes, Nana Samoa. Nana Samoa, if an hour.
Mufami kan, mufami. Oh, Chairman. Me kasa fi adenta.
Adenta yetio.
Oh. Me adenta.
Yetio.
Me pacho ya kufa de money nin kasa kakame na eya. De yo kom na eya o. Eya papa. Me de ha me kura e bet no. Ye ha me kura e bet ties na o de atoso no. Oh. Chese wontimi nsu.
Asama low rate.
Mate. Eja yetio. Kasa yetio.
Mpacho your friend Eric me kasa fi adesu.
Eric kasa.
Yo, obe PMO e wo Upper West Akim District Capital ye adesu a. Eye your former DC, eye honorable Derek Asifu Bequin. E bomodian etimi ene aban no e konhihye mu ma omu si e kotoku factor. EDC Upper West Akim. Then I can say 8 good years. Aban we factory nesi ha. Factory ni eguso epro etete ambebru ewo Upper West Akim omu hi adwuma aye. Enti ebesre yuta omo Upper West Akim and it virus say. Yebe sorry ato abapa nyame ya aduma 2024. Amaye de aban papa.
I say me who say me nua wisdom head jome ewo eye fidie no so me hu dada and abranti a wo she atade yellow so me dance pa me has obaba ku mi so be kan ho ada bi obaba ku bi amai wisdom ma me to kan wa bra ye rap am
For the chamu nyina e to mo pa energy pa. Me has obaba ku mi so be kan ho ada bi obaba ku bi amai.
say mama presenters no na fe enkomo no yemfa mana wie obia ne dia woka ene ohawa eda ne peso aso anase ne regional ehia na woka ho asem obi kra de okọ extreme no okọ no look beyond and so no kind so we said the ano yi see action free wa baby odi na ni kire na ka bibi efa the mood and temperature and as your friend say tension in the country kwamba so ne betima fa manage sa no ma we nyina no ebufo na wo mbabunu nim no ye ncha no enkodi emu e na fe so wa bra ye koye nim no okandi ni ben ne ehia ni su no etesen Ghana next stage no what kind of leader any deserve mama cha asem free eye Umar Shako ho
yeah me da say me chia ahwefo ni tifo nyina sisi e de leader ehia no ye leader wo mesum party obe sumo man nyina because me no nyina ye ti wa ye ka say you to be ade no ko ekodi party echi because onim say party ni ba power odi ni be wura baby say ye koto abai leader ye koto aba ma ye wadwen say oba be sumo man we nyina odo oman ye de ka ya brobosia ne so oman no nipa wom oman Ghana nipa wom se nipa bi obeba say odwen oman no ho adwen nipa ye to aba ma no ho a bibi bia no say oman we be kwa hochilim because nyame ache yade nyame ache bibia ni sanke ye ko ba bi kura ko sleslade enti leader o ba de ade a yesre na ne se onsum ye nyina Ghana fo nya ne party nko enya ne party nko ye ntia youth ye nyina bebre didi party bi eche ye nim se oba a obeti du awura ba bi
and wuti abrantie na okasa ozum so say wa hwese ye nyina ye gugu ye ni adwuma
ye enti so on se party we wo apande ne mame kodi na chi chama mi duwachi o so on aye ba na me amani wachi e ebia mi nwa rafo ntimi ni party bi echi tu ba wo be so mo party sa na na ekoso
the leader wo dwen Ghana
ye pe leader wo dwen Ghana nya party ho
me da say Ivan also wanu ye ne say
yes I think yes starting bisa say Ghana be na ye pe
yes
and I think a simple answer yeah Ghana young people can live in dignity. Ghana people can have self-confidence and economic independence asabi won na you be for basic things. That is the kind of Ghana yepe. So me kase the Ghanaian dream is possible. But a better possible what kind of leadership na yepe? Leadership, governance, politics, Nkrumah, abaya self-serving counter. Like abiana no buffet, the sisi ho kwa o serve ho wadi. few people now have access to the room. When they get there, they feel themselves to stupor. Okoba to no a coffee, no asiamba biem. Now a befele, no kono a coffee. There are countless number of people out there. Awunya kwan emura room. Now odidi me no akotwe no ofase ensa na odina be room. But nipa more access to enter the room first. The padodo na ejina bonten no. Politics is supposed to serve the interests of the people, not greedy fewer. Sabi omo connive in the name of partisan politics and capture political power. And into the what is happening. And to the panobano in to me. Ednan said there is no fiber of leadership. Ednam the Munintino. He thinks it's an opportunity to build a cabal. It is an opportunity to raise his family. It is an opportunity to make wealth. But we will be Indians and now Tanasia. Just look at Kwame Nkrumah. A dine rosena oni. Sikalo rosena na owogu banks. This is the for a princess in Nensas. But today, every single book in Africa talk about politics. Kwame Nkrumah. That is how rich he is. And you wait me sit down with Ukrobia. There are man for mobile Nkrumah nyesika na se for omowu omobusia for krankai omo. But Nkrumah awu for several years. Why? Because he left a legacy that transcends beyond generations. So we are president. The best you can do. What is it? So you be it is not about money. It is not about what. It is not about yetana ye presika. You can water. There are some who define this water having in excess. Obizuba catch say who reduce your needs. Exactly. That is another way of defining wealth. And who hear cast be brain as for maybe needs. So the little that I get, I'm able to satisfy myself.
Okay.
That is the kind of country we need to build.
Okay.
So leadership must not be a self-serving country where few greedy people connive in the name of partisan politics, capture political power, and they serve themselves. At the deep and then don't know more consistently, no. Now more bread. Right. So that is a kind of leadership. Now we say Ghana Bena yepe.
Yes.
That is the kind of Ghana we seek.
All right. Afo also Brem Raphael leadership bay and a leader bay and you deserve.
Nipodi enimu kan ewo man wumuno Osaje for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah was a leader. We need leaders. We don't need politicians. It seems after Nkrumah a champion, the rest of Ghana, Soniniano, air politicians, omunye leaders. Leaders say Eniswadi be a woman so Mamma Oman Casano, Omo Peso Moachibi, Ebi, any Akosumbo Dam. Kwame Nkrumah had a vision. When I see Akosumbo Dam, Ghana literally went on bankrupt. But in the Akosumbo so Ewon Faswo, Emma Ghana. And only leader any obia otnasi who say no. Even when I am starting building atomic bombs near Adibibri we are saying no, yam building atomic station Ghana. This was somebody who had a vision. Kwame Nkrumah was a leader. Like Minion Ivan Kyei, untumin kasa Kwame Nkrumah danye 16 ewa Accra. Ne busu fie bi sia ne mma wa ha ne ebi ni ho. Omo wo bi mpa, it's what they've worked for. But a leader is somebody who say, I am just living in a short period of time. And that period of time, I have to impact in the lives of those existing and those that will be coming after us. Those are the leaders we need. But as an activist and as a young man living in Ghana, I think, say, the country I usually see here, see Yebenya, young question recently, Burkina Faso, I think so. Leader ni sisi ya recently omu granting interview bia no mu bisa sa dentino ye cool and also no at every time or any point in time so maybe edu baby it is right of the citizens to rise up. Somebody should rise up and save that country if you love your country. So it doesn't matter whether you're a military or you're a civilian, you can rise up to save that country.
But you to fire kebi mami kebi amemo so enya san sakra no emi enya ne ebe.
If a so be in a sorry or minor, a wire. A bit to me, a bit to me, a bit to me, Ivan, a bit to me, Sako, a bit to me, but Sako, Ajene, Majene, Wajene, any a kabuma, a beya kesi. Sisi, I am Mebuno. Our problem seems to be the same. We have the same problem. unemployment issue, rent issue, transportation issue. Just say bibia anko ye e wo man yim. Embebunu hu tsere omo wo man we mu ankasa. And ye misa ye hu say solution ni e pese de solve problem no. Ye so disconnected. Ubia ne de anko. Una so selfish. Selfishness. Metina he. Insu a menum ye ene me dasefo. Say me wo car me pe. Me ni car. Trotro wo ho, moto wo ho. Enu nti na broni ni mu nyansa edwene say we need to provide transportation system. Say de be ya unika woni mbre kona ko gina bus stop na fo bus ko. E do be kwa ba emu efe kama ye de ye. Trotro ni bi wo fo wanhwa na et watade. Et systems ne nye. So we need leaders on to build the systems. And you bring leaders on build the systems. Just say yamuna system never be wine. We demand for it. Ghana for don't demand for anything. Okay, but I'm picking on that point. Now remember, yes, also say a gain you demanded for sa a year diason and as a sign is ready no. But your drum pempens will be I don't crowd the dance here. Say you were your castle, acquire a manual me party me dominate. Deɛ me party adwenkyerɛ nie enti hɔ ana mengyina ɛdeɛ ni ɛwɔ sɛ si wɔ Ghana ha yɛbɛdu saa mpɛmpɛn so na we get to appreciate say baabi a ɛwɔ sɛ yɛkɔ nie na me rise above ɛyɛ partisan interest na ma pre apɛ saa deɛ no
sɛ sɛdeɛ yɛka no sɛ isi me tuoi menim ne mepɛ sɛ mampanyi bi ba oyɛ bibi na ɛboa yɛ nyinaa yɛnim sɛ adeɛ mampanyi wei yɛ bɛboa leaders ni nim adeɛ yɛ omunim say me oba say to abama me to abama onim say ade weye ba obedi benya akunya na adwe asesa sana Ghana mpanifo ne tie nti omumu na ese omosesa omadwen first azana youth ye wa na yenso adwen atete ni because ye
mamu na ese omadwen first
mpanifo no
akandifo no
omumu di anim na ekoto abama omu no ese omumu na omadwen asesa first because no
omadwen e benya asesa
shako
obebem manwe.
So I say so much is here Ghana kabima min kami na ise nyina ho yentimi nkofa tuo nkofa bibisi ye de kwam timpanifo na ise adu election year say election time ye nyina kwakoto aba panyi we sisi yakotuma sa panyi we no oba na adwen sesan no nsu be se ne oman ne de tia ne tie tizie se panifo ne di kan nya oman ne ho do se kwa me Nkrumah onya oman ne ho do no because oba na wo nya oman ne ho do na
but omo kasa obo dan ne di so oman ne do makoma so I believe in Ghana.
So after that no oba ye be hu say nipa we ade obeka ye no sana Ghana leaders ne tie sana me say oba obesom party bi o join ni o mesom Ghana fo no so oba no wo man no do say misia me wo sika obi a wo ba bia wo ajapade beble politician bi o wo Ghana bia ba bia ni o ha o ma we ye team politician bia ba bia ni ya obi ma so e die ntia bi ko man ne nye tu ya obi a wo dwena o man no na wo ani da so o man na oba ya wo ba ye niam ye
Matthias Ivan Brem same question say at the end we say see what memoir said be ya be rise above partisanship interest na ye nyina ya kabo maka say when ye person of mine I say near the any ekre at the end we say see
we say until say ya be ya nhyehyɛ ya obia be hu say sabi talent na ade woni mu enough a ohia to get something to do say ya nya ne sa na answer na benya adwuma ye ana benya ba bia hye ubenya certain privilege bi no based on the kind of role politics na ye na na partisan politics no do ho be shem. That is why I told you so there is this influx of a lot of idiots are going to party because on him say that is an easy way how betimi anya take it to wealth or power because system no based on any merit. It is about the timi kasa so I know the day cha adwuma na as to whether the person ewa adwen a yede yade no enye consideration
mama typical example na bolare ne gabi o trade akon edi nkomo e question of tomorrow no say adenti na mabusuafo no bebre mo wa ban hu sa wo se ye ni yakọ school a ya ben enya ya bodini krata nti we dey form ye say yakọ school na ye nya bodini krata ya ben ye se fata se ye benya ye betima ye adwuma sa baby na on ka kono no does he have a point
obia betima ye politics ya ye obia betima ye bi but enye obia na betima ye leader
But
So
that point was
the mere fact is that I just don't want to go there.
No, all point.
I don't want to go there.
Or Busiani,
no, Ghana, school Ghana. You see, that argument, is absolute nonsense, and I don't even want to go there. You see, Ghana only Pado school. School, but I say few people, and when it comes to leaders, a few people can do. That is what the last time I was telling you, sir. You need to be very, saying, empathetic. Our humanity, our center. Now, what vision? You know what you're doing. You know what you're about. Basa now to front and you know the kind of direction of my no. But we have placed people or no ankasa krano or he doesn't understand. I don't know what to hono. For they are twano. I dear wound to me the sour then at the bay. I shall not be say. So I bay or be a cancel go as my old sir. We be cancel go. So there is no clear path. But I'll pass out Maya. You need to put down a blueprint. In the next 20 years, say this is the pathway I call, and near my obey a directive toward that particular path. But in this idea, because partisan interest in as for an override the overall national discussion. Answer a baby, there must be a collective bargain. Majority of the people, that is always I say, I don't see people, I say NDC, MPP a problem. Any problem. The problem has to do with we the people. Okay, you can. America, two-party the duopoly exists, but that collective bargaining, and I'm saying Nipano, or making those bargaining based on needs and then necessity, now not because of where the political allegiance in the way towards always they get the government to do the right thing, but how many people within government will be willing to or not criticizing Abang? Even in opposition, how many parties in the opposition or no in opposition things are not going right? Nobody bold enough. Now I criticize it. We haven't gotten there yet. That is why this sensitization, goes to say, we are just trying to empower young people. Say it doesn't matter me. I don't have any issue. NDC, MPP, wherever you belong, just have the courage to rise above partisan extremism, partisan activism. No, but that is the only way. That is why I make us say we need to transform ourselves to become like sentinel gatekeepers. Now you shepherd, now you protect your democracy because power, yes, it corrupted. It doesn't matter. What is higher cancer here? Mom for to be my and nobody is checking us. We will do the assesses. But when we realize that there are intelligent people out there who are watching us and we will be guided. That is why in the UK, I did happen now. Obi am for to Prime Minister Tiso. Or no resigning. He knows.
But your system need Ghana.
No, you need to get that.
You need institutions. For instance, your legislature, executive, your judiciary. I'll be here in the as a check on each other.
No, that is not.
In the case of LGBTQ,
no. The best check in any democratic dispensation, the best check people can put on leaders, the kind of vigilance that will be activated by the people across the political divide. Legislature, part my back, part your back. But people, you need to be vigilant. That is why I'm telling you, the UK, the pressure I call Boris Johnson. So now from the executive, not from the people, because he knows there is this respect between him and the people. I have to resign. Then you go away. When we get to that level, now we have to build the audience, citizens. We are very intelligent. We are emotional because emotions are very dangerous. But we have invested too much emotions into politics. By emotions, toxic. The last time I met some people, now I was telling them, say, I did love. No more can say Abrantia Kawara me don as for. But after 2 years, them. Do you know why? Because there is nothing like love. Love never means respect, trust, and a bit of emotions and are combining. And this emotions in the doors no override it, not trust and respect in useless. Wherever you go, you fall apart. That is why and human rights court, a marriage court, Nipa Nanwanda, among your wedding, way soon way or pictures. Because the emotions were too much. Respect in that trust.
With I say, Raphael, fight to us here. Yeah, born or no.
You see, or mine is saying, meritocracy. What can I say? You be fine, funny, you be do, then you be that system. You be. Is it when we have people who merit positions and they more now more vision to understand the problem and where to or how to solve the problem now. Need to tell anything. What's it? You all can I say? Ivan, I've watched Ivan, I've listened to Ivan, and anytime having him on board, is like only problem. Only as him come you. asem no wakani nia time na Shako e kasa no ka asem mi say ye best se nka ye mpanyim for you see omo se so ma say omo feel so pompous so say omo you okay to do whatever they want and at the end of the day no say mu mpa omo chewo meanwhile Nana Danko Akufo-Addo ba be president wo man yimu o ka asem we o say nkofo nam no mo ka se meme nam ina me pachew enya mo ho na 2 minute wo meko so apa mo chew asremo that means they know the power the people have. The constitution I did go my way. The last stanza of the constitution and some kinds of preamble or say the powers of this constitution in Yano sovereignty lies in the hands of the people. So to me, our president our your friend is in our it is something to say and Sakai be by free air. Kwame, Yanni ever shot Kwame. In that ye kasi. Me free Kumasi be do Enra. Dum Saba ne mai. Do so. Aba. Okay. Me was on go for because of video a metumi abachre wa obi agye ginim say e light me dum ne keke e mai. No dia ya ye. O dia papa no ye cold store na ne kasa na. Dey be fufro. Hey. I don't know say. Kwame ye adwuma. Yeah, say. And that is where people always think say we are doing politics, but we are trying to psych the mind of the people so that ye be hu baby a ye ne nkofo kasa ye ne ombe kasa matias ye me meba ye bre na nya ye bre wie but Ghana ye hia no ye Ghana for ti omo hawase no ombe sori a fight for the omo hwehwe se bibi nya ma sisi ametie me de matade akoma tailor ni me hia na Monday about program me de command last week Friday me kwa ko check so wanya Friday nyumre me kwa ko jema de akopetela fufu de amano and make sure say me jira no so mo apamade amame but ye no ye to abawie a na ye twen nyame ye mpa o mo chew politicians a Ghana ye mpa mo chew bie mu nne empa mo chew bie mu tina we conscientize the youth and make sure the youth become politically conscious, and when we become politically conscious it will be a game over for you people. But I say Raphael on offense so Shako on offense so Ivan Kyei innocent tabusia ahane ye de mu besi mo be join ye so ewo Zoom no so ye da mu nyina ma se ye besa ye we bio another time but ochina nyame yadoma ye besa ahia na ye bodwa data abedwendwe my Ghana ho e wo dwabo ase wo power 97.9 and a TV XYZ hajima ni power ni or the power mid morning Abraham radio so but TV so ye yi musini ni e bom nwom na fe ye programs aka no ye de bebrem abra ye kwa enim ye be chia bye bye.